tried to play an updated version of it, but it didn't go out so well on the PSP because, again, frame heavy. Or as I like to call it, very top heavy. So we're actually going to play the original. So, on this time out, I like to share what's been going on in my neck of the woods. As far as everything else is concerned, with how I've been dealing with stuff during this questionable time in our lives. So with that, I am going to play some Outrun. Now, apologies if it might sound like you will not be hearing me for the most part. I am doing my damnedest to actually work with this this sound because it is basically just that damn loud. I'm working with a soundbar instead of what I usually do, which is what I usually. Let me start again. What I normally would do is I would have, my volume with my mini speakers. I trade them in for a soundbar. The TV, as most of you cannot tell, is actually bigger than my Vizio. And this thing is about 19 inches. So imagine me trying to do a Let's Play and I'm actually trying to open my eyes instead of keep them halfway closed. That's how it is. It really is like that. So when I say it is big, it is big. So you're going to have to excuse me while I'm working with the controls. Because sometimes in the controls, you don't really know what you're doing. So it's something that I don't normally do often with games like these. Especially when, for some reason, I had to turn down the sound because, as most of you know, I record in the middle of the morning. Because it's the only time I'm actually going to, get time in to record these videos. So you're actually seeing what goes behind the scenes of what I do with these games that you don't normally see because I don't normally do something like this. It's like what I'm doing is make sure I have all my keys on lock. So let's see. Down. And I think we're good to go. As I'm going to plug, no, not unplug. Okay. So what I've been up to lately is basically in the middle of upgrades. So some things will be changing in a matter of days. One of these things is my rig. So apologies if it sounds like it's like very framey, but I'm still on my old rig. Now I know it's always going to be like this, but as most of you know, I've had this computer for a decade. So for the most part that I've been playing on this rig, for 10 years. This has been number 2. And for what it's worth that I actually played this on, I played a lot of games on this rig. I've done tons and tons of work on this rig because it was originally a 7 machine that originally was turned into a 10 machine. So therefore I did a lot of work on my 7 machine, and I've done a lot of Let's Plays on this 7 machine. So it has served me the entirety of my YouTube career. Let's just say I am actually gonna miss this thing. Because I know it's an upgrade, but still. The funny thing is, I do have the new computer as we speak, just not all my stuff has been transferred to it yet. And despite all this, it's updated and whatnot. The new computer that that I have. And thanks to my brother, he said, "You know what? You need an you need an upgrade." Now the thing is, it's smaller. But I have seen it. I have seen what the graphics look like. It's not a gaming PC. But I can still do my work on it. It's just going to be, a little more to it than what goes on. So I have to deal with working on my old rig for a couple more days. just find it funny that as much as I've been going through this game and playing other games like this, I've grown attached to my PC, you know. I'm one of the few people that can actually say, you know, I have been, you know, very fondly and attached to my PC because I did a lot of work on it. Like I did my books, I've done my poetry. Aside from my Let's Plays, of course. And, of course, you know, my voiceover work. Now, the thing is, all my stuff is going to be transferred from this PC to the new one. Now, eventually, I will get myself a full-blown gaming PC. But I just told my brother, you know, all I just want is just, you know, I'm basically going to be doing the same thing I've been doing, which is work from home. I'm a voice actor. I don't really have to be in a studio in which my home can be my own studio. The entire time that I've been doing something like this, let me pause for a moment. The entire time that I have been playing this game, and the entire time I have been, you know, I've been working on everything else. It's basically, you know, me just getting through this whole year. And the entirety of getting through this whole year, well, video games have been helping. Voiceover has been helping. Being online with friends has been helping. Because as I said, you know, it takes the burn off of me taking care of my stepdad. I have been, you know, I have been taking care of him, best of my ability. I can say this PC is the soldier. It's basically, it has shown us years, but god damn it, it's like, you know what, we're gonna ride. We're gonna ride this out to the very end. Too bad it's not like Rad Racer, which you can change the music at your own whim. But it is what it is. I mean, that's how I see it, you know. For the most part, that I basically been through A, B, C, D, F, G with this computer. Been taking it from front to back, up, down, and all around. I mean, it's been worth the time. It's been worth the effort, especially throughout this whole year. Let's Plays have been keeping me busy. Doing voiceover work, that's been keeping me busy, and the like. I'm glad it has been keeping me busy, though. And the way I see it is, well, I'd rather just not worry about it. It is what it is. After everything that we've been through, as a whole, we just have to do our civic duty to get past this one day at a time. We get past all sorts of BS. And it all comes down to us getting through this year one day at a time. And we have to tolerate all the shit that we have to deal with. I'm one of those people who have to tolerate the shit I have to go through. At least until things get better. And for what it's worth, they are going to get better. So I'm pretty sure for everything that I have done, as far as the channel is concerned, it's going to keep on going. Because my civic duty is the following. If I can bring a smile to your face, regardless of whatever the hell else is going on, I have done my civic duty as an entertainer, to entertain you, to actually show you my highs, my lows, and everything else, everything in between. And for what it's worth, I say it's for really what it's worth. Excuse me. It is something that, I can live with. But for the most part, I deal with friends almost on a daily basis. They poke fun at me. And I don't mind it. Some more than others, but, it is what it is. Nothing you can do about it. Nothing you can say about it. But it is something. I mean, I have dealt with 10 long months, 10 grueling months with this thing called life. I'm getting things brought to a head. And hopefully, in which they are, will create a benefit for me in my future. And all my endeavors there are going to pay off. So that's all I can actually ask for everything I'm working so damn hard for. Excuse the yawning. But for everything that I have busted my ass for, it'll be worth it. So namely, it is what it is. And all I can ask for is just me laying my head on my pillow, curled up, and sleeping the best sleep I can ever ask for. Aside from getting laid, of course. So with that, I just had to share what's been going on, how life under this banner of COVID has been treating me, and what I've been doing to ease the madness in my life. And this change is going to be better. that much can be said for certain. This change is going to be better. And excuse me, pretty soon I will be back on my PS4 to upload the rest of Sakura Wars and most likely everything else. So until then, whatever the hell else I'm going to play between now and the future, I am and always will be PI7. Pookie is E7. The Tenkaichi of gaming. The underdog of the underrated. And as tired as I am, at least you know I'm being real about it. So thanks for listening and thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time with more great content. Until then, take care.